Hey y'all, Indy here from the Conscious Club Podcast, the number one podcast on Vulfpeck. This week, Tori and I are talking about Mr. Jack Conte. Not Jack Stratton, Mr. Jack Conte. It's Vulf adjacent. We're talking Scary Pockets. We're talking Pamplemousse. We're talking Patreon. The story of Mr. Jack Conte here on the Conscious Club Podcast.
Beautiful.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Welcome back to the Conscious Club Podcast. I am your host today, Tori.
And I'm Indy. This is the Conscious Club Podcast.
It is.
It's the number one Vulfpeck podcast. We beat out every single other competitor.
Every single.
In the podcast, or the Vulfpeck podcast category. We're number one.
Which, let me say, it was littered with individuals and other podcasts.
Oh,
there was millions.
Littered? Yeah.
Millions. Hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of other Vulfpeck
there
podcasts.
Was
so many, and we beat out every single one of those.
So, I mean, does that include, like, if anybody took a clip of Vulfpeck anywhere and posted it on YouTube, is that considered a Vulfpeck podcast?
No. The other podcasts that exist that we beat out. Every single one of them.
Right.
How come my acting is better than your acting in this episode so far?
We have off days. We have on days. And sometimes you just get funky, you know?
What's that segue?
I always start it in the verse when it's...
He's on the scene. He's the first to leave. Drinking Ovaltine since he was 14. He's self-aware. He gave that first talk. I can't remember the name. Treat you all the same. I said, ooh, he's a funky duck. I said, ooh, he's a funky duck. I said, ooh, he's a funky duck. I said,
he's a funky.
Ding, 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 ding. How cool would it be if you had Antoine on the podcast and he sang along with you playing?
That would be so cool. But I think that today's funky duck is Mr. Jack Conte.
Yes, this is
the effervescent CEO, the funk music CEO, Mr. Jack Conte.
Extremely Vulf adjacent.
Right.
Jack Conte.
Yeah, like far extremes of Vulf adjacent. It's interesting. I think we should also go through. We should also start the show off because I think we did like we did a fifth of the intro that we usually do. But yeah. Sorry. It's a Jack Conte episode. We're in Zone 2. We're not experts. We're the IRS of the Vulfpeck. We're auditors of the Vulfpeck. It's TCCP, treasurers of talent, curators of controversy, creators of content, purveyors of podcasts. Instagram is at the Conscious Club Podcast on Instagram. It's at Senorita Toria, Senorita Toria, TCCP direct at gmail.com. Hit us up, send your stuff.
The fastest intro he's ever done.
Cody Sen Paintings at Cody Sen Paintings on Instagram. The beautiful art behind us. He's got an Etsy shop. Go buy the originals of every single art piece that he has because it pays the bills, y'all. And also buy Tori's art too. She's got an Etsy shop and it's really cool. Buy the originals too because it'll contribute to the show continuing. Welcome.
That was a very fast intro you just did.
You like that?
It was fast.
Was that Zone 2?
No, it was a little sad for Zone 2.
Sad?
It wasn't a very happy intro.
Not happy?
No.
Okay. How about we are in Zone 2. We are not experts. We're the auditors of the Vulfpeck. It's TCCP.
Rushed.
It's at the Conscious Club Podcast, at Senorita Toria, TCCP direct at gmail.com. Cody Sen Paintings. Buy his original art. Buy her original art. And welcome, my friends.
Welcome.
I think that was a more positive NPR take on the intro to the Conscious Club Podcast. And it is Mr. Jack Conte here. He's not in studio, but we're talking about him. Mr. Jack Conte. What do we got, Tori? What do we got? Let's go into zone 2, huh?
Yeah, so we're starting off this podcast about Jack Conte with some hot takes from the pack here.
I am
related
ready.
to him. The first one is, I'm going to butcher this name, but it's Benjamin, but instead of a J, Benjamin, it's like Benjamin.
That's a dope name, though.
Benjamin says, whenever I hear someone say Patreon, I think scary pockets, and the feeling of surprise never vanquishes. It's not every day that the member of your small YouTube indie band is a millionaire. Maybe I just like bands with CEOs, like Vulfpeck. Someone buy Jack's book already.
We need to push Jack into the stratosphere by giving him that $290,000 book.
Heck yeah.
Benjamin. That almost sounds like a name that'd be in Curb Your Enthusiasm. I like Benjamin. Yeah, Benjamin. You know, Benjamin.
Not Benjamin. Benjamin.
Not Benjamin. You think it's Benjamin vanquishes. Billionaire, CEO. Anyway, we love Benjamin. He's a conversation starter.
Love it.
Yeah.
So next up we have Mikey from the pack. He says, I love guys like Jack Conte and Jack Stratton, the Jacks. They're more than band leaders. They're forging a new path for modern musicians. They are leaders, business persons, marketers, and innovators, giving musicians in the 21st century the opportunity to make money again and be creatively free. Shout out. Woo! That is a statement.
Mikey, dude. Wow. You know, I love the Jacks too. Because much like Jack Stratton, it's like Jack isn't a millionaire. Maybe not. Probably not.
He's on his way, this guy.
Yeah. Only a matter of time. But you don't have to be a millionaire. He has, like, as successful as Jack Conte is in Patreon, Jack's as successful in, or more successful in a different way. It doesn't have to be monetary. Because I think that both Jacks represent a
path,
like a beacon of greatness, a beacon of greatness. That, you know, they demand high. They have a high standard of quality that they demand out of everybody they work with. And you know, the products, the products show that result. You know, they're both bringing products to market. They're masked in different ways. Yeah, the Jacks.
We're here.
I love it.
And we're gonna pull together the Jack spectrum here. We're gonna show you how these two came to meet and work together on a few things. Actually, many things. Right. So yeah.
Before we jump into that, I do want to go back onto Mikey's opinion here. So leaders, business persons, marketers, innovators, giving musicians in the 21st century the opportunity to make money again and be creatively free.
Be true.
Like, I just want to harp on that a second because it's so right, you know, like
it's all about taking out that third party. It's all about going around the man.
Cutting
the fucking cable, dude.
That's right.
It's all about, you can do it yourself and you don't need a big studio that's gonna take like pretty much 80% of your profit away from you.
70 off the top.
It's all about taking what is yours and what have you have earned and putting it in your pocket and not the man's pocket.
That's right, girl.
Yeah.
That's right. I love that. And they're both doing it in different ways. And like, I think Jack Conte is filling a void that needed to be filled with content creation, where in order to create great content, you have to do it full time.
Yeah.
So like, how else are you ever gonna, pay the bills at all?
Yeah.
Without something like Patreon? And also, I think Jack is kind of on the other end of the spectrum of it, where it's like, yeah, it might not necessarily be a direct payment option like Patreon is to contribute, but it's
all about owning your own music.
I think, right. It's Jack Conte makes it available so that makes it so that we can make money as an artist and grow our audience with some sort of payment back. Whereas Jack is more of a, you can do anything you want if you focus your attention right. Where it seems like Jack Conte is kind of helping continue production of things, while Jack Stratton is more of finding what's in yourself that keeps you to create content. So I think they, you know what I mean, where it's like it's a drive and being great, and also they're both great in what they do, but it's just like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
where like they kind of come at it at different angles.
For sure.
Like one helps you create content, but one inspires you to create content. So it's like, whether you got the double Jacks, you got two Jacks, you know, and they're both, you know.
Yeah. And like you said, they're both innovators. They both didn't sell out, you know.
Right. But they did and didn't.
They did and didn't, and they did it their own way though. Like that's the important thing.
It's the selling out of it. It's the wrong word, because it's more. It's only a matter of time before your value is respected, and also respected enough for somebody to pay money for. Yeah. Fly into a different state to see you. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and that just goes to show, and also innovating. They're both innovating. Like, yeah, man, it's super cool, because with both of these Jacks, you know, they're Jack of all trades together.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And master of them all too. So, Jack Conte, who is he? Where did he come from? How did it all get started?
Yeah.
We're all gonna find out. So let's dive in, huh?
Yeah, let's do a little bit of where he started in his bio here. So, Jack. Oh, wow. Okay, sorry, guys. I accidentally zoomed out here of my bio. So Jack Conte was born in July of 1984, and he's an American musician, singer-songwriter, disc jockey, entrepreneur, and filmmaker. He is one half of the band Pomplamoose, along with his wife, Natalie Dawn, as well as being the CEO and co-founder of Patreon. So I know.
That alone. That's an accolade. Many accolades there. Yeah.
So he's recorded 2 EPs, Sleep in Color and Nightmares and Daydreams, and released them along with the compilation Video Songs Volume 1 through the iTunes Store. And Conte's use of electro-harmonics audio equipment has been featured by the company in several different videos.
Can we look at that for a sec?
Of course we can.
Electro-harmonics is a New York-based company that makes high-end electronic audio processors. And rebranded vacuum tubes. I really like this. This is super cool. Wow, it's highly technical. Exactly how
the Axis fuzz pedal. Love that.
Dude, fuzz pedals, dude. This is great. So it's all about
cool. Oh, Kurt
Cobain, Chris Cornell, The Edge, Flea, fucking everybody, yo.
Love that.
Jack White, dude. The Jacks are just flooding in. David Gilmour, damn. So a lot of people use the electro-harmonics equipment. All right, and then what is the Vulf connection?
Yeah.
Where do the Vulfs emerge here?
Okay, so this is not documented, and this is kind of my.
Speculation?
My speculation from the research that I've done. So, Jack Conte and Ryan Lerman are actually childhood friends, and so the way in which I think they met was that Jack probably met Jack Conte through Ryan Lerman, who is the engineer for Vulfpeck. And they also both share Ryan Studios for recording Fearless Flyers and other things. And that's kind of how I feel like they probably met him, was through Ryan Lerman.
How did you... And that's just speculation. You have no
No, I know that they were childhood
Wikipedia
friends.
Citations for that.
What do you mean? How they met?
Right, like how you're speculating this? Because I think that's...
I know that they were childhood friends.
Oh,
that
you know
is
that.
proven.
Okay,
Look,
right.
I have proof.
Oh, okay.
Now, I couldn't get anything more high res than this. I highly apologize.
Don't apologize.
They're old friends. So this is this is Jack, Ryan, and Lewis Cole.
Yeah.
So they were childhood friends. And then this might be wrong, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think Ryan went to U of M, right? Did he go to...
Maybe he's got a LinkedIn.
You know what? He has a website, so it might be on his website.
Oh, Ryan Lerman.
I should know this because there'll be another episode coming soon where we will be discussing Ryan Lerman and stuff.
Just goes to his band. It looks like a band camp.
See if he has a wiki, actually.
Ryan
Lerman.
Bear with us here on the Conscious Club podcast.
There
we are figuring things out along with you.
Twitter. Dang it.
Maybe I can just do LinkedIn.
Maybe. I think he went to U of M. I have it in a prepped episode here. Of where he went to school.
Yeah. Well, we don't know for sure, y'all.
Yeah.
But it's not readily available.
Anyways.
But that's why we have Danny Wood as a fan, right? Thank you, Danny, for that comment that I know doesn't exist yet, but will. Filling in this gap that we're experiencing. But interesting. I definitely think that how you think they met probably did happen in that way, since like engineer to engineer, and then so interesting things here.
I want to see where, if it says where he went to college, where Jack went to college.
Mr. Jack Conte.
But I don't think it says, because it would definitely be in my thing.
Right.
He was born in San Francisco, though.
It makes sense with the Silicon Valley.
Yeah,
tech.
for sure.
Yeah.
All I know, though, is that those two were childhood friends. And I think maybe Lerman went to school with Jack. I think that's that connection, but I'm not. Oh, I remember. I remember.
Hot take.
So,
let's do it.
The connection is Rob Stinson.
As it always is.
So Rob Stinson and Lerman were friends, and that's how those two.
Right.
Those two were friends, and that's how Jack met Lerman. I remember now. Oh my God. Woo!
Interesting.
And Stinson was from Michigan.
Gotcha.
And went to them.
Interesting. So is Ryan Lerman Jack Conte's Rob Stinson?
Correct. Absolutely.
In this abstract universe.
100%.
Great. I have the picture painted.
Love that.
Even though I know it's way different. It's, come on, guys. All right. So we have some links. Is that what I see?
Yeah.
Some
so this is stuff that we can't do the audio to, but I mean, you guys know that they've done so they actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vulf has recorded with Scary Pockets 5 times. The different members have. So
okay.
I'm not going to play any audio. And we're playing audio. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
But yeah, if you guys haven't seen any of these, there's one where Jackson and
Mushy's in the room.
Yeah, Mushy's here.
And Mushy, it looks like Mushy stole Jack's headphones.
Yep.
This is the one with Bill Wirtz. Remember that photo from a long time ago in episode 3 or something, where they're all wearing the same shirts. Yeah. Well, I'll be damned. This is very interesting because it's a rare occurrence to see Mushy in the flesh.
Yeah, and Ryan Lerman is playing on this. So we have Conte, Lerman, and Mush. And then
this is so cool. This brings me back to starting this podcast, seeing the clothes on these men here.
Right.
Because seeing Mushy in that way. Or seeing Jack as Mushy in that way. Literally, that's exactly how he looked at the satellite show. Which, if you go back to episode 1, you'll see him. It's literally like Jack goes through these kind of look. He'll grow a beard really thick for a nice mushy take that he'll do. And it's great to go, I remember that small time frame where Jack looked like that. And
we saw him in person in that same jacket too.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also we saw him in person with the Love Yourself. We saw him in person with the same jacket there.
Yeah. And then here's here's Jack.
Yeah.
Jack as Jack, basically. And we've seen him in this green jacket too. And I love how he has green in his shoes to match his little jacket. It's pretty cute. So yeah, Jack has done 2 videos with them. And then we also have Vulf adjacent and Vulf members who have done stuff with them. We have one here with, of course, and it's popping up. We have, of course, Antoine, which we've talked about this one.
Oh, is this the one where he looks like he's held hostage?
100% correct. Jack's living his best life, though, Jack Conte.
And, you know, if you've seen prior podcasts, we cannot play Scary
so
Pockets content
because
their music's licensed, unlike Vulfpeck, unlike Corey Wong, unlike Theo Katzman.
Jack Conte's trying to get that money, dude.
Well, and completely understandable. If I was a millionaire CEO, I would want my bases covered too. But,
and this is one of my favorites that Scary Pockets have done, and this is Just the Way You Are, Billy Joel with Theo Katzman. This one's awesome. Really, really good if you haven't seen this one. And then the last one that Vulf members have done is, of course, Mr. Joey Dosick.
Joey D, y'all.
Heck yeah, dudes.
And that scarf on the bass player is thick with 3 C's. I love it.
Yeah, so...
And Joey's clutching his sax, much like the MSG painting of him, where he's clutching the sax.
Yeah, maybe she got the still from this.
Perhaps. It was a solid month and a half before MSG. Mm-hmm. Never know.
Love that.
Great. Cool.
So yeah, those are, if you haven't seen all of those, that's how many they've done with them so far. And I'm sure there's going to be more. Like, I could see Woody sitting in... I could see who else hasn't been.
There's so many goddamn videos.
I know.
There probably is more than these.
Oh, for sure. You know that they have them backlogged.
Right. And I'm sure Danny Wood will keep us accountable there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. All right. So from Sims to Scary Pockets.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue with Jack Conte's story here. So Conte's first notable appearance in mainstream media was when he supplied the voice for the teenage boy character in the popular video game The Sims 2. So he started in Sims, this guy, and then he really got into like the beginning of YouTube. So he gained widespread attention when his video Yeah 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 was featured on YouTube's main page, which is now the trending page on YouTube.
Right.
We're gonna watch it. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
The video.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
it's coming
there.
up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He garnered over 1 million views on this video, and that was like a big deal back in the day. And we have the video, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna be okay to play it with audio. So.
Not licensed.
This was Jack Conte's first video, you guys. And this was in 2008, like the beginning of like when YouTube first started getting really popular.
I don't hate it. It's really good.
Stop motion.
This is so 08 video.
Right. So it has that like a little bit of that emo vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Punky vibe.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is really well done.
Mm-hmm.
And this is his wife?
No.
Oh.
No.
Never mind. Pardon me.
His wife is blonde. This probably was his girlfriend at the time, maybe. Starring Maggie Mason, yeah. His wife's name is Natalie. So yeah, this was like his first big video, and this is like the first thing he created. Whoa.
This is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he made the music as well, right?
Oh.
Written, directed,
It
produced
must be
by
from
Jack
his
Conte.
EP.
Perhaps. Oh. My God.
That was creepy, I have to admit.
That was really good blocking on that shot. The rack back and forth and the walk out of frame, the walk in frame. Great blocking. That blocking.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
pretty good. That's really, really good.
His first video.
I appreciate that. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of his music is released as singles posted to YouTube. New music is released as singles posted to YouTube. These mostly take the form of video songs, a medium he defines with 2 rules. So this is like all the covers that we see and all the music that we see from Pamplemousse and Scary Pockets. So
it's a medium that he created, in his opinion.
I do not disagree with that. It's pretty official because I'm sure you could just get those songs licensed anyway, you know, and they don't necessarily have to be on an album, right? But yes, his medium, a medium he defines with 2 rules as the following. Number 1, what you see is what you hear. No lip syncing for instruments or voice. Number 2, if you hear it at some point, you see it. No hidden sounds.
So Jack definitely does this in a way, but he kind of cheats it because he does he'll take out instruments and stuff like that if he doesn't like it in the final mix and stuff.
Yeah, and
we don't even know if it's like a true actual one take on camera thing or if it's for show.
These 2 rules, I don't necessarily. There's something about it I don't like. Like I think it's more of a how do you say, like, I think of it as an unnecessary barrier to creativity, you know, where it's like they're kind of putting up these, or it's like, I don't know. Obviously this stems from like, if you have something that you want out of the mix that you recorded in the video, does the video not go up?
Right.
You know, like, do you have to do some fancy push in to exclude that person from the frame? Do you cut away? You know what I mean? Like, so because you're not hearing it, so you don't see it. Much like the El Chepe video where you see Corey Wong playing, but it's not him, or not El Chepe. It's one of the songs, and don't get pissed at me, Danny. It's you guys all know the song where Corey's playing in the video, but not on the track. I mean, but interesting. You know,
it's kind of different than that though, because I feel like this is basically saying like there is no post, there is no there is no mix.
It's the music.
It's whatever is played in that moment is what's put to what they recorded, and that's it.
So in a way, it is. Would you say that it helps creativity because it sets up these perimeters? Or this time frame where it's like, that's it? It's
definitely more loose than Jack's approach in a way, because he's definitely more
loose. I thought this would be more rigid than Jack Stratton's approach. Because this seems like, sorry to interrupt, but like this seems like a very Silicon Valley tech guy way of producing art.
Yeah.
Right? It seems pretty rigid.
It's very rule. It's because there's rules. Yeah.
Right. It's like, the rules set up like in the tech industry where you use code to build tech products, you know?
And Jack kind of really is more artsy and doesn't really have rules.
Stratton.
Like he has a formula, but he still like plays with it, does new things. And but I feel like this is more.
They're 2 different things.
They're different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. Where it's like, I definitely get the video songs as a tech product almost, where it's like, this is the thing I made, you know? Whereas like Jack doesn't necessarily care about that.
Right.
Like his albums are the products.
Right.
But yeah. But anyway, on to more Conte facts. Conte formed the band Pamplemousse with Natalie Dawn, his wife, in mid-2008. The band...
They actually weren't dating before they... they weren't married. They started doing music together and then formed relationships. So that's kind of cool.
Interesting, huh? Jack,
you need to find your Natalie Dawn.
That's right. He woke up that morning With nice dawn, am I right? Ew. The band's presence is primarily online, having only performed a handful of live shows. Nevertheless, the collaboration has garnered a significant fan support, and fueled by the feature of their video Hail Mary on the main page of YouTube. Pamplemousse's channel has over 700,000 subscribers as of August 2019, and the duo has produced their third studio album released by Julia Nunes, or Nunes, as we'd call it in San Diego.
It's probably Nunes.
Yeah, Nunes. Julia Nunes, bro. Hitting some waves with Nunes in 2010. So that's super cool. You know, Jack Conte really kind of has the audience, you know, and it just prolific, quite a prolific dude, and his wife as well. But Pamplemousse. Yeah.
So it's they call it Californian multi-instrumentalists. That's what this duo is called in their wiki. It's just kind of cute. And their band formed summer of 2008. And then they sold approximately 100,000 songs online in 2009. And they're known for their viral YouTube videos and novelty covers. So similar to kind of Scary Pockets. It's like it's a lot of covers. But I think we're going to be able to show this Baby Pamplemousse video of them when they were younger doing music, because I'm pretty sure it won't be licensed.
Oh, yeah.
Let me just check, though, just in case.
Pretty sure we're good. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, see, look at, he even put the rules in the bio here. This fucking guy.
That's so funny.
That's funny. Okay, so we're good. We can show this. This is like from when they first started, June 2008.
This is our first collaboration video, and it's a combination of my music and Natalie's music.
They're awfully close.
And that's all.
You make this song flow, you make it run like my fingers down your spine. You make it true like the decadent wine.
I love it.
Cool
God. I liked it up until then. Is this the same room that's in that video that we just saw, the stop motion?
Maybe.
It looks like it.
It's the same year, so probably.
Oh, yeah, dude. Dope. The glass, I could
hate
do with
glass. I like this little Glockenspiel though.
Tears from my eyes, don't let me despise you yet. Pas encore, pas encore, s'il te plaît, pas encore, pas
I like this.
pas encore, s'il te plaît, pas encore.
Rotzer. I hear tambourine and I'm not seeing it on the screen, Conte.
He's not following his own rules.
Nope. Dude. Calling you out.
Looking at you, bro.
I hear that tam. Dude.
He should be doxxed.
Doxxed.
No doxing. Maybe. God. The glass I cannot stand.
So yeah.
Cool like, start.
Yeah, this is like where they started. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. We have any other links?
Yeah.
For Pamplemousse that we can play?
So I wonder if there's any other older ones here that we could watch.
Yeah.
All right. So I was going to do some Pomp Now.
Pomp them, Pomp Now.
Mm-hmm. But let me take a look.
We've gone forward. This is
That's fine. I just want to show stylistically.
Yeah, we're now 11 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
way different.
Very good.
Yeah. It's a very different style. Lots more people, obviously. They have the money to have like this guy.
Fucking Jack Conte on the accordion, just being a ham, huh?
Good things.
That's so
yeah,
cool.
it's like way different now, but it's pretty cool.
The Conte man.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got visually here? Bulletproof, huh?
Yeah.
Is this copywritten too? It looks like it would. Listen on Spotify. Yeah, that's
105,000% for sure.
That's Studio 71. That damn Studio 71.
So yeah, they do a lot of cool stuff that you guys can look at. I'm sure you guys already have listened, but
this is recorded at the Pete Min Studio. This is where Running Away with Steve Gadsden.
Yeah, love it.
Is it Steve Gadsden? No,
David T.
David T. Walker and Gadsden.
Yeah.
The Chia Pet.
Yeah, Chia Pet. Yeah.
From Vulf Style. Yeah.
Love Garfield. Chia.
What's his name? What is Gadsden? What's his first name? I actually want to beat Danny
Steve.
Wood.
Wait, no. James Gadsden.
James Gadsden.
It's James.
Oh.
Put in James. Yeah.
James Gadsden.
Yeah.
Yep. Mr. Chia Pet himself. All right.
Chia.
All right. So it seems as if for a good 10 years that he's been doing music.
Yeah.
And
before Patreon or before he was involved in the tech world.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's great to actually see them now that Patreon's so successful and that he's still pumping out content and music is super cool.
Yeah. He still keeps that in his life.
But it seems as though it's probably Patreon was kind of filling a void that he felt he wanted to see.
And we're going to get into that right now.
Right. Because it seems like in that 2008 that he was making content and not making any money from it. And he's going like, well, how can I make goddamn money on this?
Yep.
And now we move into Patreon.
That's literally what we're going to be talking about here, because we have a cool article with like kind of a Q&A.
Great.
So we'll like hear why he started Patreon. So it's pretty cool. So in May 2013, Conte announced the launch of Patreon, a crowdfunding venture together with his co-founder, Sam Yam.
Sam Yam, yeah.
And he marketed it as like a Kickstarter for people who release stuff on a regular basis, which is what he does. So this is him and Sam Yam. And if anyone...
what he still does, release stuff on a regular basis.
Exactly.
Super cool.
If anyone wants to take a look at this article, I'm going to give credit. It's from Forbes. So you can go to Forbes.com and just search Patreon and it'll come up. So if anyone wants to look at it, but we're going to go into this Q&A here. So I thought this was just a cool statement here, a cool little paragraph. And it is, the moment perfectly captures what Conte lightheartedly calls his identity crisis. Being CEO and founder of a 100-person startup. Yeah. Valued in September at an estimated $400 million, without completely giving up on his passion for music, which is what led him to invent Patreon in the first place. A lot of creators depend on us being a high-performance team, Conte says during an interview at Patreon's San Francisco office. That's the most important thing in the world to me. So there's less time for music. Yeah.
That's, bridging a tie to our earlier statements on why we think it's all covers all the time.
Yeah.
For Scary Pockets, and that basically paints that picture.
Yeah.
Right.
Less time for music, but so we're gonna get into why he made Patreon. So first off, since Conte started Patreon 4 years ago with his Stanford University roommate Sam Yam, who's the CTO of the company,
and now it would be 6 years ago.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So in 2017, it's paid out more than $250 million to artists.
Wow.
And $150 million alone. That's just in 2017. So that number is like way bigger now.
Wow.
I know. So let's get into why he made Patreon here. So do you want to read this?
Yeah, sure. For Conte, the mission is personal.
Oh my God.
He grew up in Bohemian chic Marin County, just north of San Francisco, and was hooked on music from age 6 when his father taught him the blues scale. While studying music and composition at Stanford, he started making YouTube videos with his then girlfriend, Natalie Knudsen. In 2007. The two married in 2016. In 2013, he drained his savings account, maxed out 2 credit cards, and spent 3 months making an electronic music video, complete with robots and a replica of the Millennium Falcon cockpit. His fans loved the video, which got more than 1 million YouTube views in its first year. However, Conte pocketed just $54 from the ad revenue over the video's first month. To date, it has generated about $1,000, not including Conte's time. It has cost more than $10,000 to make. It was this rock bottom moment for me as a creator, Conte says. He knew he'd created something of value, but would never be paid for it. That discrepancy led directly to the formation of Patreon, he adds. Mm-hmm. Whoa, that's an interesting story. Because, like, fuck, man. When I first read that, drained his savings, maxed out 2 credit cards, and spent 3 months making an electronic music video.
I know.
That's something that I'm like contemplating doing on building a podcast business.
I know.
He put it into one video in 2007.
I know. He paid $10,000 to make it and only made $54 back.
It's almost as if he had to make Patreon in
order to survive.
In order to survive at all, because he's like, if I'm an artist, I'm never going to get paid for this in a mainstream way ever, unless I can create a platform that does.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, dude.
And start licensing his music and everything.
Right. And then Sam made Patreon as well in a few months. So that's interesting. Conte discussed his idea with Yam, who programmed the site in months. It went live in May 2013, and within minutes more than 100 fans were pledging towards upwards of $700 a month to support Conte's work. Within months, Patreon had investors. Holy crap.
He literally just pitched this to his roommate at the time, Sam Yam. And this guy made the entire thing within months, this site. And now they're millionaires.
Man, dude.
Now they have a 100-person team in San Francisco.
That's so inspiring.
Yeah.
That's so inspiring.
So, like, it just shows that, like, when you make friendships and you meet people in college or even after college or even when you're younger.
People at work.
People at work.
There's nothing keeping you from doing what you want to do or filling a void that you think, like, solving a problem that no solution exists for. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's like being like, I'm sure Conte was like, I just want to get paid, man. Mm-hmm. Like, for making my art. I want people, because, like, it takes an understanding of internet culture, which I think he does extremely well, understand internet culture and how people digest content. Also, Jack Stratton has that same kind of savvy, right? And it's being able to go, I'm confident about this. This is going to happen. This is a product that'll work. And you just got to be resourceful and say this needs to exist in the world. Just like making this podcast, just like doing anything. You have to make a decision, act on it, and be resourceful enough to get people who know what the hell they're doing to help you with your goal.
100%.
And it's super cool because, like, I know a lot of coders working at BuzzFeed and now I'm at Group 9, aka the Dodo, and the holding company that owns the Dodo. And it's like, wow, what idea do I have that I could be resourceful and gather people around to create an idea? It just goes to show that you can do it too.
Right.
You know, you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
You know, if you've walked around going, man, I wish that existed, that would just solve my problem and probably millions of other people's problems that are in a similar way, right? And then it's just going, I'm making the solution. Yeah. Whatever that will be. And it's interesting, you know. Also, if you go back in history, I forgot where exactly I heard this, but I think there was a point in time, I think it was like at the end of the 1800s or the early 1900s or somewhere between, a couple hundred years ago, that some country, or either was Britain or America or whomever, I forgot exactly the exact details, but they wanted to shut down the patent office because they thought every good invention had already been made.
Whoa.
And this is in the 1800s, 1900, you know what I mean? Like before anything that
before we had
even used
any
today.
of the like medical technology, right. And like
they're like how much better
military
could it get?
Technology,
right? Like in 2006 when we got 720p HD television. Oh yeah, my right? God, how could it get any better? 1080
and like Wi-Fi, 4K, Bluetooth, 8K, 4G,
right? 10 gigabit Ethernet, you apps, everything. You know what I mean?
iPhones, like, Apple,
yeah, and Teslas. SpaceX,
they're building like an electronic road system underneath LA.
Right. Yeah. To quote Joe Rogan, Elon Musk is making LA into Swiss cheese,
Literally.
So it's super funny how kind of it went from that to where we are now, and it's a little history lesson here on the Conscious Club podcast.
How did they think everything was made back then?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
I heard it somewhere, and that's the thing nowadays. You can never really fucking
know if it's true or not.
Know where things came from and all that crap. So
it's funny.
Anyway, that's
So yeah, here's a picture of just a small amount of their team
ups.
Here. Yeah. At Patreon, and Sam Yam is in the front with his laptop. So
beautiful.
Yeah. And then I have
Samo Yamo has a good doggo.
Go down.
Oh,
he's a corgi. I had to put that in for you because you love corgis.
Yeah, I love corgis. Corgis are one of my favorite small dogs.
Yeah.
I don't really like that too many small dogs. I mean, I love all dogs. Don't get me wrong. It's just like I wouldn't own a small dog.
Yeah.
I would save and help one, but I don't want them yapping around me.
So now we're diving into the scary pockets here.
All right.
I wanted to go on their website really quick because, first of all, they have a really cool website that you guys should take a look at. But I wanted to make a note that they have little to no merch, these guys. And it's kind of sad because, like, if you look in their studio space, like their Ryan Lerman space, they have like all those cool posters, and they have really amazing art that's been done for all of their records.
Right.
And like that could be really cool T-shirts and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting on the merch front here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they only like one poster and like one shirt, really, I feel.
Wow.
And then they do have a few shows if you guys ever want to see them in person.
Yeah. This episode might be posted after these happen, but it could be posted before these happen. So if when you see this already happened, then you know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And then I want to do a controversial hot take from the pack on the Scary Pockets.
I am so ready.
Are you ready to get into the shade?
Let's dive in deep. Let's do it.
Pack member Neil. Scary Pockets is a boneless Vulfpeck.
No, it's wrong.
Will says agreed. Donovan says IMO. It's even more novelty than Vulfpeck. Somebody said ironic post.
Boneless Vulfpeck.
Vulfpeck's younger brother started a cover band. Anything including Sam Wilkes is just teaching y'all how to be funky.
Scary Pockets is Vulfpeck, but less funny. Go up a little. Vulfpeck's younger brother started a cover band. That is probably the closest so far.
Yeah,
to what it actually is.
Kind of accurate.
And when you say something is the something of something, it's not, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
They're so different. It's hard
like
to say that
Lyft
they're a boneless.
Is the Uber second Uber.
Is a boneless. Like,
I don't like kind of pigeonholing that shit. You know.
This one's kind of funny though. For the house band of the Subconscious Club.
I like it. Discount Vulfpeck. That. Oh my God. The scarcity model. It's discount Vulfpeck.
Yeah.
It's discount Vulfpeck. We're getting closer here.
Yeah.
Scary Pockets is. I know. I just contradicted myself. I know. Scary Pockets is Berkeley funk.
Kinda.
Possibly the wrong place to say this. My only problem with Scary Pockets is that I don't think everything needs to be a funk song. We've covered that in prior episodes. Yeah. Put it in your scary back pocket.
Like
love
that.
Love that. Sile? Mickey says we need Scary Pockets to do a funk cover of a Vulf song so Exhibit can go, oh dog, I heard you like funk, so we funk covered a funk song so you can get the funky while you're getting funky. Terrible comment. It sucks because when you start reading a sentence, you kind of have to finish it, and shouldn't have even started that. This thread is good. So
keep going.
Discount Vulfpeck. Oh, there's more. Pack member Cum says,
and this one matches his name because it's so heinous, and I dis-a-fucking-agree with Cum here.
Cum, yeah.
They have more soul than Vulfpeck any day. Dis-a-fucking-agree. Highly disagree. Highly disagree.
I want to take the high road and say that we don't know them. So that could be true, could not be true, but I'm more leaning on your side.
I'm saying music-wise. Vulfpeck has way more soul. Not saying like
soul.
Person-wise.
Like R&B and soul.
Yeah.
Sorry. I got a little cerebral.
Yeah, not there. Spiritually.
Yeah, we don't know these
on a personal level. I mean, like music-wise, they have more soul, and I highly agree. They have Antoine fucking Stanley, bitch. I mean...
Well, so did Scary Pockets.
For 1 second, he looked like a hostage in that video.
True.
So you know how much soul they got. The shade.
Damn, dude. All right. Well, I think we can leave it there. Yeah. So this brings us to Funny Funk.
This brings us to Funny Fucking Funk.
I'm ready to laugh, y'all.
All right.
When none of your friends like Vulfpeck, but it's your car.
That one's really funny. I just love this meme. I just think it's a funny meme.
Is that him on Oprah or something?
Oh God, I don't remember what it's from. I think it's Oprah.
Hi, I am Amanda Lynn. Well, me too. You got CT over here shaking hands.
CT, dude.
Lerman Chewer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's this video?
Exclusive Lerman footage from MSG. Sound on.
Ha! Oh my God.
Just him chewing his gum. It's kind of gross after a while, right?
Gross after a while. That is crazy.
It's kind of funny because it's accurate. Like his chewing is really obnoxious.
Right. And we always have our
Danny
fan.
Wood coming in with more content. He is pushing it out.
We love you, Danny Wood. Keep doing what you're doing because you making some great content, yeah. So we have
Bill Hader on SNL.
Me when I hear Daddy, he's got a Tesla. I love this. So this is Bill Hader on SNL. Yeah. I love this so much, dude.
Love it, dude. Danny Wood is bringing memes to the people. This guy.
Memes to the masses.
Memes to the masses, dude.
Podcast to platforms.
Memes to the masses.
That's right.
This is our last image to end. To end Funny Funk.
Conte
himself. Straight jamming, yo.
Like, that's what I feel like he thinks he is
be
all
a
the
meme.
time.
It should be a meme, actually.
Yeah. Yes. Like, he's like staring at Weird Al and going, fucking, you can't beat me at this. Cannot beat me at this. Wow. Well, that's great. Awesome stuff. And maybe I'll do a video song for
All
you.
right. He's going to take us out, this guy.
You have to be able to see it. So, maybe I'll sit over here.
All right. Video song. Okay.
Video song. And maybe you can sing.
Okay.
All right. Maybe you could sing. All right.
All right.
Let's do there's no words on this.
Nope.
No. Okay, then how about
Santa Baby?
Oh. How does it go? What's the
Here, let me
down that chimney tonight.
Here, let me grab it. I'm on it, dude.
You know when the rhythm just leaves your head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is. Here
I'll
it
be able to
freaking
play
is,
with
man.
it, for sure. Oh, okay.
He's got it. There it is. Santa baby. Oh, he's taking us to church. This guy. Whoa, this guy.
And that was a video song, a live video song here on Guys Go Podcast.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this week for this deep dive into Jack Conte, the Scary Pockets, Patreon, all things Pamplemousse.
And we doing it, y'all. It's
doing
the
it.
Guys Go Podcast. We actually just done it.
We just done it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you made it this far, wow! You are a true fan.
Have a good week, guys.
You are a true fan. True fan. You are a true fan. True fan. You are a true fan. Good work.
A good 10 seconds ahead of that pitch, John. Just gotta swing down a little bit.
Love you, Jack Conte. See ya. Just straight into Dean Town.
Look at that
everybody, Indy here, and thanks for watching the Conscious Club podcast. Please be advised that this is a fan-made podcast. Even though we would love nothing more, we are not associated with Vulfpeck, Vulf Records LLC, Vulf Productions Inc, or any associated acts tied to the greater Vulf umbrella. We do this show out of love, not for monetary gain. We simply wanted an outlet like this to exist, so we made it happen, and I hope that's okay. Thanks for watching, and always remember, fee fi fo fum.